What is going on, guys? It is Patrick here, and today I'm bringing you a trailer analysis of the new Black Ops 3 Zombies map, Shadows of Evil. So I'm going to be going through this, I have a bunch of screenshots. I want to show you guys all the new features in the game. I'm much more of a features guy than I am storyline, and I don't want to give you guys any speculation of things that we don't know. I'm just going to be showing you the new features, basically, in this new map. So let's get into it. Now, I should mention that if you guys have not seen the trailer yet, please go down into the description and watch that, as it is very, very important to get a vibe for the map. And really, I'm just not going to do enough justice as just to show how awesome the map is itself. But I do want to point out all the things that I thought was cool, so let's get into it. Now, the trailer starts with scenes of a very bright, old-style looking city, and this is Chicago in the 1920s, 1930 eras. And I want to give a huge props to Treyarch straight out the bat for making a bright colored map. It's very vibrant, just bright, beautiful looking colors. I'm so excited for one of these. We've never had one in the opening map, and this is just awesome to see. After this, we get our first glimpses of the new characters, and these 4 characters are all based around sin, which seems to be the theme of this map. Sin, just doing bad things, not being a good human being, all that kind of stuff. So there are 4 characters, and like I said, they all kind of have a bad trait in them. The first one is the Femme Fatale, and I say bad trait, I really mean like they are awful people. But the Femme Fatale seems to be like she has like maybe sex with guys, or anyway, she's handcuffing them up and stabbing them and probably like taking their money, doing awful things. So she's a very bad person. The next one we have is a cop, and he is like a crooked cop, I think. He seems to be taking people's monies and then shooting them, just being a really, really bad guy, not an exemplary human being. Now, the next guy is not as bad as the other 2, but seems to also be quite the jerk. He's a boxer, and basically he fights with brass knuckles, so he's absolutely just wrecking guys. Not really a cool dude. And the last character who really stood out to me is the Magician, which we don't really know a lot about him. Now, he seems to be throwing knives at people as a magic act, and maybe he's bad at it. I don't know. But I get the vibe that the Magician is going to be the standout character in this set. In the original characters, we had Richtofen. With Mob of the Dead, we had Weasel. With the new characters, we had Stuhlinger. But just that standout character that knows something more than the other characters, that just has some insights that kind of influence how the map will play out. Now, like I said, I don't know if that's true, but that's the vibe I'm really getting from this guy. Anyways, moving into some gameplay aspects that seem new to me and really stood out. The first one are new melee weapons. Epic looking melee weapons. At least I think they're melee, not 100% sure. So the first one is this kind of like Lord of the Rings type orc staff sword looking thing. Very cool. It doesn't really show how that works, but I'm interested to see. The next one, which really stood out to me, and I think you guys are gonna like this, is a katana or machete type looking sword, and it acts as a Hell's Retriever or Redeemer. So it shoots out, comes back to the character. Just so excited to see this back into the game. I wonder if you can upgrade it. Not sure, but I think that looks amazing. Next up, we have, and this is the last one, the Femme Fatale, the girl. She is using this staff that I would explain it as a mix between Exoslam, PhD, and Electric Cherry. So how it works is she jumps up, slams the ground down, and strikes it with her weapon. And it sends out this huge electric burst all over the ground. And I feel like this is going to be a replacement for PhD, as we don't have it in the game due to the sliding. I mean, we may have PhD, but just keep in mind that you can't actually flop in this game, so you won't be able to do a PhD flop. I feel like this might be the replacement, a ground slam, kind of like Exo, kind of like PhD, but a lot like Electric Cherry, which just sends a burst out. That looks amazing. Now, another thing that I'm very excited about is the shield returning, guys. Now, not only is the shield returning, but it's getting a huge buff. And when I say huge, I mean rocket huge. Yes, the shield now has rockets. I know it sounds crazy, but look at them. What they are is like, you can kind of set yourself up with it and turn them on in whatever way that works, and it will kind of charge like the transit bus would and like run over all the zombies. Now, I feel like the main strategy for this will still be the same, as just using it as a defensive weapon, but still very, very cool to see them innovating on that. Coming up with our next thing, guys, we have the gumball machine. Now, the gumball machine to me is very reminiscent of Wonder Fizz. It works in a way that basically you go up to it, you get a random gumball, and it gives you a new ability. Now, I don't know how random these abilities are going to be, whether it's going to be like you get 1 in 20 things and they're all kind of insignificant, or it's going to be like as significant as a perk and maybe there's 8 or 9 of them. I really do not know. But what I can say is it looks very new, very interesting, and I think that this is going to be, no matter what, a great addition to the game. Now, moving on to the next portion of this trailer, and up until this point, everything is A game. I am so pumped. It just looks amazing. I am absolutely applauding Treyarch. At this point, though, I just want to say I get a little bit weirded out. So the next clip is this octopus armed guy, kind of like Grief when you're a zombie, running around slapping zombies. I don't know what this is. They're obviously expanding into something. They talk about everyone having like a dark side and stuff, and I wonder if this is perhaps the dark side, as like I said, the theme is sin and all that kind of debauchery. But this is, I'm very, very interested to see what they're going to do here. It kind of threw me off, and I don't know, I don't want to say I don't like it because I don't understand it yet, but it just looks a little bit different. And the next clip, we have something similar, and it is the apparent boss of the map. He is a 3-headed beast who also has tentacles, and I'm starting to wonder if perhaps the characters turn into this guy, and the characters have to maybe kind of try to control him and not go and attack your other teammates. Like I said, not exactly sure about this boss. Very, very extinction-y with like things going up in the air. And again, not sure how I feel about that, as I really don't want anything shooting back at me, having to aim in the air. I'd rather just be killing zombies. And the boss on its own, I'm cool with, but it just getting a little bit weird. Like I said, we don't understand it yet. We can't completely judge it, but I get a weird sort of vibe from this. Now, the last section of this trailer, other than a little outro with the characters, is a thing that just strikes me as pure Mob of the Dead. It strikes me as pure Warden's Office Mob of the Dead. It's this sort of demon hellspawn circle with candles in the middle and the characters being shot up and like just really, really satanic looking. And this to me just screams Mob of the Dead, as it has been confirmed that all the stories are related. So this is going to probably connect into Mob of the Dead somehow. Maybe it's the same evil that was on Mob of the Dead that put the gangsters through this hell. Now it's going to put another group of people through hell. But I don't really know what that's supposed to be, but it's very, very interesting. And I have a feeling it's going to relate into the Easter egg. The ending is just a little bit of quotes with, again, the characters, and then we see their typical, sort of Activision promotion of Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Zombies. Oh my god, that's great to say. And that's it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any suggestions of ideas, like I said, I'm just spitballing here, just throwing my ideas out for you guys. If you want to throw those down in the comments, that would be awesome. And that's all I got for you. If you're new to the channel, I pretty much just post zombies, so if you're looking for Black Ops 3 news and all that stuff, come to the right place. So yeah, cool guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you later. Oh, and don't forget to drop a like. Cool. Bye.